Hey guys, my name is Lilly and today I want to make a really important video. I want to share some of my very private medical information in order to raise awareness for a special type of disease that a lot of people have. Now, before I tell you what disease is developing in my body, I first want to tell you about my symptoms. And if you have similar symptoms like me, then please go to the doctor and make the same blood work, the same blood test as me. Okay, so since November this year, I had some really strange symptoms. So every time after I was eating something, I was really tired. I had to go on the couch, lay down for 2 or 3 hours. Then I felt a little bit better. Then I was working for 1 hour, then I was eating again, and then I had to go on the couch again. And this was going on for a couple of weeks, and then I said, hey, something is really wrong with me. Now, besides feeling really tired that I had to lie down after eating, I also have lost half of my hair, which I never had before in my life. And I have a lot of hair, so you probably won't notice, but I have lost half of my hair. Also, what I've gotten is severe headaches after eating, which I normally never have. I never have headaches, never. And now I have headaches after eating. Some other symptoms that I extremely have is craving for food, extreme thirst, and in the night I have to frequently go on the toilet 3 to 5 times. Now, with these symptoms that I've just described, some of you guys might already have a guess for the disease that is developing in my body. And yes, you're right, it's diabetes 2. But I don't have diabetes yet. I'm only pre-diabetic. So yesterday I went to the doctor. He showed me my blood work. And he said that because of my symptoms, he has made this special test. And this special test is called HOMA index. HOMA index. So this is a special test that you make for people who are on the way to getting diabetic. In my case, that would be diabetes 2. That's also what my father has, so it lies in the family. My HOMA index is at 2.8 right now. So if you take a look at the blood work, it says that I probably have insulin resistance already. And I talked about this with my doctor, and he said if I continue eating carbs like this, then in a couple of years from now, it may be 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, or 10 years, I will get diabetes too. Now, because I like to be healthy, guys, and I don't want to become fully diabetic, I have decided to go on the ketogenic / low carb diet. I still have to figure out how much sugar I can eat without triggering or perpetuating my pre-diabetes. So I will have to figure out a diet that fits to me, to my body. And in a couple of months, I will come back to you guys and give you an update of my HOMA index status. Now, besides that, I also found out something else. So, when I first came to my doctor with those symptoms that I've described, he also said, maybe you also have a food intolerance. And it turns out I do. So, this is a food intolerance test that I made. And it says I cannot eat any gluten. Then here you can see this is the part where it says milk. So this is completely red here. I'm not allowed to drink any milk or eat any dairy products. Then finally, I'm also not allowed to eat cashew nuts. And now comes the bomb, guys. Look at this. I'm intolerant to eggs too. And I've been eating eggs quite a lot in the last year. I've been eating 3 to 4 eggs for breakfast every day. And it always made me feel like really tired. That really sucks, because if you are on the ketogenic diet, It's great if you can eat eggs and milk, but I can't. So I can only eat meat and fish anymore. Now, funnily, I'm also intolerant against pistachios. For the meat, I can eat everything except turkey. The other meat are fine, and I can eat any kind of fish that I want. Unfortunately, I cannot eat peppers, which I really loved. I loved bell peppers. I cannot eat, what's this? Kichererbse in German? What is this in English? I don't know. Cress. I'm not allowed to eat cress, and I've eaten that a couple of times this year. So yeah, this is pretty much it for this test. It's a food intolerance test. Costs around $300. And I wish I had done it earlier because I was often feeling very sluggish and tired, and very often I did not work as much as I could. At least now I know what's wrong with me, and I'm so happy that I found out that I'm pre-diabetic, and also that I have a couple of food intolerances, foods of which I was eating a lot sometimes. And I also do have a thyroid disorder, which is called Hashimoto's disease. But the Hashimoto's disease I got under control by not eating gluten and not eating milk. So I have been avoiding dairy products and gluten for over 4 years now. And after avoiding those foods, my antibodies have come down from over 800 down to 160. I am not in need of thyroid medication anymore, so I don't take anything for the thyroid anymore, and I am fine. So the thyroid is fine, but still sometimes I felt so tired, and now I finally know what it is. It's the carbs, guys. I believe, and I also talked to my doctor yesterday evening about this, and he said that the carbs in the Western world are just too much. We are eating too much carbs, and this is the reason why so many people are now getting diabetes too. I have no choice. I have to go on low carb or ketogenic diet. I still have to figure out how much sugar I can eat each day to still be able to reverse my pre-diabetes. I will definitely make an update on how I'm doing in a couple of months. So my doctor said I should come back in a couple of months. Then we will redo the blood test, and I will be on a strict low carb diet from now on. And then we will see if my condition becomes better or not. Why am I sharing this information with you? This is a very personal medical information of my person. I'm doing this because I want to raise awareness for this tricky, evil disease that a lot of people have, and a lot of you guys might not even know that you have it. So if you have some of those symptoms, please make sure that you go to the doctor. And actually, I don't have this disease since November. This is something which is developing over a long period of time. And I always thought, maybe I'm a little bit diabetic because I'm going to the toilet so often. And that has been going on for a couple of years now. So I'm just glad that I found out now, because I can still do something against it and reverse this condition with a ketogenic or low carb diet. And that's the most important thing. Now, what's really important is if you go to your doctor, you really want to request this HOMA index, HOMA index, because this is going to tell you if you are insulin resistant. So I wish that somebody told me, hey, there's another parameter that you can test in your blood, which tells you if you are pre-diabetic, because the glucose levels alone, they are not enough. All right, so with this new information about myself, I also now have to change my prepping. Unfortunately, I have a lot of carbs in my preps at home, which is okay for my other family members because they can still eat carbs, but I cannot eat it. So now I have to find a solution on what I can eat and what I can prep. So I probably have to buy canned fish now for my preps. That's actually what I want to do today, because I'm standing here in the parking lot of a supermarket. So I have to get some fish in cans, and that's going to be my new prep. Now, actually, I hate doing that because I've been avoiding fish from the sea like tuna and salmon because I am not okay with how those fish are being fished. The fishing nets are destroying a lot of the habitat in the ocean. There's a lot of bifang. 50% of what they are fishing in the nets are just getting killed and they cannot use it because it's fish that you won't eat or because it's turtles or something. Also, there are a lot of heavy metals in fish and microplastics. So I have been avoiding that for a couple of years now. But now I do not have another choice. I have to buy tuna or other fish in cans in order to survive. Now, what I also want is I want to buy fish from Austria, from, rivers and streams from Austria. But this fish is double the price than a can of tuna. So it's really not easy to be on a ketogenic diet without milk and eggs and with avoiding fish from the sea. So for me, this is now becoming a little bit tricky and I have to figure out what kind of fish I want to eat and what keeps me healthy. Also, I have bought a bigger freezer. So now I have asked a couple of hunters in the area if they can sell me some game, some deer and roe deer, and also I'm getting a lamb from a small farm which is only 20 minutes away from here. So now my prep is definitely meat, and that's also why I want to have a freezer, because in the freezer I can store a lot of meat. So yeah, as you can see, a lot of things change for me. I have to change my preps. Now, last but not least, I would like to tell you that I already started with the ketogenic diet 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I felt so much better after 2 to 3 days doing this ketogenic diet. It was like having 100% of my energy back, which I haven't had for 10 years since I've gotten Hashimoto's disease. But then I had this really big craving after carbs, and I ate a little bit of carbs, and it didn't seem to harm me as long as it was very small amounts. So if I eat like 1 slice of apple or a little bit of banana, 1 bite, it doesn't hurt me. But if I eat noodles again or like 2 big scoops of rice, then I feel tired again. So I really can only eat small amounts of carbs, and then I'm doing fine. Actually, I'm doing really fine on the ketogenic diet, and I'm really surprised how much better I feel. I have like 100% of energy, and that's amazing. That's amazing for a Hashimoto patient. Alright guys, so this is it. With this video I wanted to raise awareness for diabetes too. Make sure that you check your HOMA index in your next blood work. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned till next time.